Hello, I'm Ajahn Jyotipalo. Welcome to Sauntering into Silence. Wanted to give a quick explanation of kind of what happened last week with Dash and I canceling the trip to Arizona. It kind of started with about 3 weeks ago. I went in to get an ultrasound on this bump that's on my head, and while it was there, that all went fine. But then what happened was about 3 days later, I woke up in the morning with what felt like a pulled muscle in my chest. At the time, it didn't make any sense because I was like, I hadn't done anything physical, like lifting or anything. So it kind of was really weird. And then after about 4 days, it started feeling like it was an infection inside the chest. So I thought, well, maybe I picked up something when I was, getting the ultrasound at the hospital, just waiting for it to clear up. And then I looked down, it was 6 days before Dash and I were supposed to leave. And so I started looking things up online. One of the things I read that if it was a bacterial infection, it won't clear up most times until you take some antibiotics. So I was kind of really worried about this. I couldn't get a doctor's appointment. So mentioned this to Ajahn Sona, and he was like, yeah, just go into the emergency room. You got to get that looked at. He did, I don't want to be infectious and contagious around anybody here either. So we went in, and when they did the blood work, there were actually some numbers came up that kind of alarmed the doctors that it might be some blood clots. So they did a CT scan to see if that was the case, and they did x-rays to see if it was bacterial. Fortunately, everything came back negative. So they sent me home. I was released, came back to the monastery. And then I use an app, a health app, to get you be able to talk to professional people. We're just so far out in the country here. One of the nurses on that app saw my numbers, the blood work, and she was really concerned and just really kind of demanded that I go back to the emergency room. I assumed she was looking at numbers that doctors hadn't seen, so I was kind of scared. So I went back in. They assured me that the tests they had all done were based on those numbers. They did blood work again, EKG and things like that, but they still couldn't find anything, so released me. Came back 2 days later, so third time in 5 days. I woke up that morning with my left arm feeling numb from basically the shoulder all the way down to the fingertips. And at the time, I figured I slept on it wrong, and then it did not improve throughout the entire day. And at the mealtime, it was mentioned that they were going to go into town to take the truck in for some maintenance, and it was going to be missing for a while. We were going to be without a vehicle. I just mentioned my arm at that point, and Ajahn Sona was like, "No, you go to the emergency room again." Every single time I was at the hospital, everybody was just really wonderful. I was really impressed with the equanimity and just compassion and care that attention that they put to dealing with patients. So went in, and this time they did a CT scan of a different part of my body. Again, they couldn't find anything, and were kind of perplexed. The ER doctor was actually quite excellent, and then as I was leaving, he just really wanted to reassure me that if anything worsened or symptoms changed, to not hesitate to come back. He said, there might be a moose in these woods, and we're just looking in the wrong direction. So it's like maybe they weren't doing the right test. They didn't know what might be causing the chest pain and the numbness. So that was really reassuring. If you have problems, do come back. So they also gave me a prescription to take aspirin, and I started taking some arthritis cream to put on the chest, and those things have really helped. So I feel much better. That's why I'm out here, kind of getting some fresh air. I've kind of been stuck inside for about 3 weeks, so it's just nice to get out.
How did we get here? Darling, don't quit your daydream. It's a life that you're making. It ain't big enough if it doesn't scare the hell out of you. If it makes you nervous, it's probably worth it. Why save it for sleep when you could be living your daydream? 31 wedding tables. She has a voice of an angel, out of money and power. She only sings in the shower. We all got these things where you get too shot down by the reason not to. Darling, don't quit your daydream. It's a life that you're making. It ain't big enough if it doesn't scare the hell out of you. If it makes you nervous, it's probably worth it. Why save it for sleep when you could be living your daydream? Don't get your daydream. It's a life that you're making. It ain't big enough if it doesn't scare the hell out of you.